This guy absolutely hits it on the head. Take a look. Let me know what you guys think.
Hello, everybody. This is James Mendrick, your DuPage County Sheriff, and I'm running for Illinois Governor. Today, I want to start talking about some heavy-duty misinformation that we get from our government and our local media. This is all going to be around the sanctuary state and the ICE raids. First, I'd like to tell you all what sanctuary state means and what it was like before all of this started. Before sanctuary state, we never had people just for immigration in our Illinois state jails. It's just not how it was. What did happen is if an illegal alien had committed a crime that you or I would be arrested for also, you would be brought to jail, you would be fingerprinted, ICE detainer would pop up. We would then call ICE and they would talk to the inmate, the offender, and they would discuss where they're from, what the case is against them. They would involve a consulate, if needed, from that country to see if they were running from a different crime in that country to come here. Then they would bring in a magistrate, fancy word for immigration judge, to determine if there was a previous crime in a different country or if the crime that they were just brought in for was severe enough for deportation. And believe me, we did not ever get deportation orders for retail theft and the small stuff like that. They say punish them and let them go with your own process. But if it was a rapist or a murderer, then we would notify ICE, we would hold that person, and we would do what we call a warm handoff, where they come and we give the prisoner over to ICE without them having to have any risk or harm to them or to the immigrant. So it was a fair system. It was like a mini trial, and it was fair. But now with the sanctuary state, we are not allowed to cooperate with federal government. We're supposed to actually ignore a federal component of law enforcement, which is ridiculous in itself. And we're not allowed to give them access to our correctional facilities. So when you look at that structure, the ICE has no choice now but to go to homes, businesses, schools, wherever their intelligence says that that suspect is at. So the raids are actually they're caused by J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson bringing the sanctuary state stuff in. You got to understand what this is all really about. It's all census numbers. We lost 800,000 residents, citizens after the last census. 70% of our children who go to college outside of Illinois never come back to Illinois. So we are being replaced with illegal immigrants. They're replacing our population because they are counted in the census with illegal aliens. That's why they're calling them in. And that's why after setting the budget, state budget is July 1, and a month after the budget's set, we get hit with, we're going to pay for the illegal aliens' education. That'll be another $2 billion, but they're using the illegal aliens also to repopulate the colleges that are failing. So colleges and our population are all being washed and replaced. And that's because we're being overregulated, overtaxed. There's soft on crime, hard on cops. How long can you keep your population with an environment like this? But what I'm really being clear on, what I want everyone to take out of this, is the sanctuary state is the cause for the raids, not Donald Trump, not Mr. Foreman. It is the ICE. The ICE raids are completely caused because they don't have access to our correctional facilities like they're supposed to according to the law. That's been taken away by J.B. Pritzker. He said no access to our jails. Now, this is a military tactic where you take your criminal population and you embed them within your civilians. So your law enforcement has to cut through your civilians to get to the criminal population. This is what JB is touting as, oh my God, you got to go through me to get to my people. He's drawing in people, and unfairly, the immigrants should be mad at JB Pritzker because they're getting promised all this stuff, and all they are to him is census numbers. He's just using them for their value of a number. So he's not any kind of savior to immigrants. He's destroying the city of Chicago, and that's bleeding out into the rest of the state. This is untenable. It's unaffordable. It's billions of dollars of money lost. Lost our federal funding. I mean, how much can we take before we say something and stand up? The sanctuary state is not a positive adjective. Sanctuary sounds nice. Safety Act, sanctuary, safety. Those things sound great. They're lies. They're media propaganda. They're monikers that they can commercialize to convince you that they're doing the right thing. But believe me, they're not. The sanctuary state, the sanctuary state and the Safety Act are taking apart Illinois every single day. These are the things that we have to vote for. So take that into mind. Think about what I said because it's the truth. So I am going to make crime illegal again. I'll be the first governor to come out of a jail instead of going into one. and I will make Illinois safe again. Thank you, and have a great day.
All right, now that is a sheriff that I can get behind. That is a sheriff who still remembers what side of the badge he's on. Everything he just said, dead on. You can't have a sanctuary state and still pretend that you care about law and order. It's like saying you're on a diet while double fisting donuts. Back before this nonsense, there was a simple rule. You break the law, you get arrested, ICE does their job, everyone goes home safe. Now, the state tells cops to look the other way, while the bad guys skip off whistling La Cucaracha. Brilliant plan, JB. Real leadership there. And don't even get me started on the "it's for the census" excuse. So we're importing votes and calling it compassion now? Great, because nothing screams good governance like bribing people with taxpayer money to pad your numbers while the folks actually paying those taxes pack up and leave. Sheriff Mendrick is right. This sanctuary garbage isn't kindness, it's cover. It's how soft-headed politicians pretend to be moral while selling out the people who built the state. You can't call yourself pro-immigrant while using immigrants like tally marks on a spreadsheet. Illinois is bleeding out because people in charge would rather hug criminals than back their cops. So yeah, Sheriff, you go make crime illegal again. Because right now, thanks to these geniuses, it feels like the only thing that is illegal is enforcing the law. I would definitely vote for this guy. Absolutely. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Laters.